Round short of overtime. But now we head to Vitality's map pick. It's a bit of Inferno, one that they've punished. Tried to punish OG on here in the veto. But we kind of enter uncharted territory. OG very much playing above expectations of this team, looking lights out, a team that have been on the uptrend, on the uptick. I mean, after how that one gets snatched away from you on Mirage, questions about how Vitality are feeling here heading in to this second map. Flames picking up where he left off, opens this round and kickstarts a pistol for OG.
Yeah, and even just the fact that, sure, track record isn't great for OG on this map, but the last two times OG played Vitality on Inferno, they won it, Harry. In that elim game, in the Challenger stage of Rio, where they, of course, lost to BO3, they got Inferno there. ZywOo gets his revenge. That's a good flash, though. He's pushed off, and Spix is dropped. Nico still fighting for this corner. Fiku can leave if he wants. Certainly what Vitality are up to, and that will mean Dexter doesn't need to commit. The call has been made. They're coming back A, and it's on NEOFRAG and Pit.
NEOFRAG, no silencer needed.
Again.
Maybe it was. Oh, they run by him. ZywOo with a big round here. 3 to his name already. And still more to do.
Can't believe he does it again. I mean, it is, remember, statistically worse in every aspect. So Apex
putting that back on.
Yeah. No, thank you, buddy. Not for me. It was a cool flex, you know, the first map. But in the opening pistol round, it means Vitality will take it away. Despite the best efforts at top B. Yeah, I think that is kind of crazy to remember that the OG have won this map when they really do have trouble on Inferno. They've won it twice, you know, in the last few months, so over Vitality. See if that changes today. I do still expect Vitality to take us to 3 and try and reset off of that first map. ZywOo with a huge pistol round, 4 kills for the young lad. Vitality coming with Mac 10s aplenty into a unavoidable force buy on CT Inferno.
I think NEOFRAG is going to be a pretty important piece of the puzzle. I think you can gauge how this is going to be based on how he does, because usually, at least in recent memory, he's struggled on this map for OG. Yeah. But he can be one of these players who, you know, when I think like Prime NEOFRAG running up banana, just holding W, getting in your face on T sides, trying to be involved. And so, you know, if he's able to like put that foot forward and look to defy the numbers on this map as of late, then that could make all the difference.
It's a round where OG can make concessions and gambles. NEOFRAG is jump spotting B. He has a third smoke back in spawn as well. Needs to be very careful here on these jumps, especially with ZywOo now crouching, ready to hold it. NEOFRAG will retrieve that last smoke. The other 2 remain at A. Actually didn't get it. He walked past it. Maybe he's lost it right now. He can't find it. Oh no! He got it.
He got it.
Phew. Hiding in the watering can. Vitality heading elsewhere anyway, into A, into the stack. Apex didn't mean to right-click that smoke, I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
He meant to land on the Moto side to cut off Fiku. Now he's open for business. There's going to be a high flash over the top, but this is a lot of OG players.
Yeah, Nico down in the pit. His 2 teammates in the site. They get run up by the Mac 10s, but Nico holds down the 4, and Dexter, couple of misses, couple of whiffs. ZywOo's out of ammo, and Dexter comes fighting, saves his captain's life for Magisk. He can't play into this round, even if he dealt with both the players over towards A. There's no winning it for Magisk. The clock has decided the outcome of this round. And so much akin to how Mirage opened, OG might not win the pistol, but they stand the test of time in the force buys.
Remember those force buy wars on the previous map, right? It was so back and forth for the first 6 or so rounds of the game that eventually OG won out somehow on T-side Mirage. Vitality won rounds 1 and 3, and then we had a 4-1 lead.
Mario fans.
Yeah. It's a lot of energy on OG, without a doubt. A lot of loud mouths. Vitality don't want to talk smack back yet with a map down in this series.
Hero gun for ZywOo. And you don't want ZywOo here. You want BywOo. You want best in the game form out of the guy,
He is a
right?
monster.
Yeah, so let's see what he's going to bring to the table with this hero gun. There's one to the good from ZywOo's AK, but more wait in store. And ZywOo makes quick work of them.
Guns everywhere. Grab them while you can, boys. Vitality have started the wars. And NiKo turns back too late. 4 on 2. Vitality couldn't lose this if they tried.
That's what you think. Watch this. Here we go. Flames backing out. Just going to look to save here. OG concede the B site, and so the Force by Wars are referred. This one is a carbon copy opener of how Mirage started.
Well, if that's going to keep up, OG now needs to win 3 in a row. That's a big kill.
It's not a bad way to go, right? Because now he gets out with the M4.
Huge upgrade. Still around. Vitality are very happy about. They buy ZywOo and AK, and look what he does with it.
They're actually going to have a pretty good buy in the next round, or OG, right? Normally, like, one of the reasons why you look at the T side as favorites in these moments is that they just have, you know, the cheaper weaponry, more ways to make money with bomb plants. They can kind of field more over the course of the force buys than the CTs can. However, NEOFRAG's currently sat at 2.2k at the end of this round. He's got enough to even look to get a rifle in the next. Flames can drop a FAMAS into play if you want to go that deep into the coffers. And so, you know, you're going to be coming into this round with, sure, you know, 1, maybe 2 SMGs, but a good few rifles to supplement it. So I wouldn't be ready to count them out of this.
Well, I mean, Harry, the script says 3 rounds in a row for OG now. So, of course you're not going to count them out. Don't be silly. Got lots of util. Banana take is coming through. 4 players here. That's madness. Flames entrusted with a solo A hold. Vitality will meet them right there. Some nades will go a long way here for OG. Look at the pace of ZywOo. He's up top B already. He's chasing this entry right into the stack. This is terrifying. Vitality don't know what's around the corner. They see an AK. It beckons them in. They spam out NEOFRAG, but Dexter on top is all they've seen, and that's enough to send them back. They don't know it. They just avoided absolute disaster. Or maybe they just delayed it.
Yeah, OG are quick to get ahead of this one, right? They're going to join up with Flames right now. Vitality need to be prepared for this one-man hold. Fiku is moving in with the Galil. He's going to draw first contact. There's a bit of blood done onto Apex, but it's Flames springing to life, locking out Vitality and keeping these wars going 2-2. And toe-to-toe with the Vitality squad every step of the way, ROG.
Yeah. That's a melting buy win as well, because Vitality, sure, they can get a couple of guns, but that will be it in this round. It gets, as we said, very hard to keep these investments coming. As we've seen, not just on a map you can win a round with a couple of entry kills, but you've got a couple of guys who can deliver you just what you need here for Vitality, so they will be continuing this fight. But the fact that OG remains so competitive in the early game
and
here.
Dude, they just did that so cleanly. That's the other, like, big red flag here for Vitality.
There's definitely so much familiarity between these teams, even just with that stack coming in. They were well ahead of it after ZywOo got that B rush off from the previous round. These are teams that play each other a lot, man, and in crucial games, if you look to history's sake, in elimination matches. And this is not just elimination here, this is qualification, this is playoffs in the Janus Arena. And so for Vitality, a lot on the line, but not a lot to do, or not a lot to do it with, rather. 2 AKs again, side by side up B.
Yeah, Dexter's playing a slightly faster rotation as well. He's a little set back from the archers. This gives him a few more seconds lead into this rotate, and that could make all the difference. An awkward flash to open, left Magisk blind, but he still collects the kill on NEOFRAG. 1 for 1 ain't bad here. Now they've got to move in, spam from the spawn, they beeline for Fiku, and they find him. This time it seems like Vitality are prepared to continue this a little longer than we had out of them on Mirage. If you're OG here, this isn't a round you want to attempt. It's not one that you can justify. You'd be better off just saving these guns. Dexter with a lot of money could even look to pull out the AWP in this coming round. So considering this is, you know, the kind of back and forth, this tit for tat, You need him to stay alive because he's going to have that big green. dupreeh knocks one out of it. And just removing one of these guns from the save tapers this buy that OG are going to have with them in the next.
Yeah, if you're Vitality, you don't want to chase any more than that lurk, right? You need your own money as much as OG do. So getting out with 3 rifles when you started with 2 is an upgrade for Vitality. You throw in the round and we're cooking on this T side. Some very quick XX here for Vitality, keeping it pretty basic, just bludgeoning their way up B right now. We'll see how the pace slows down, as it inevitably will when we get into more typical gun rounds where everyone's armed. This probably won't be one of them. OG have to take a breather here. It's Vitality with a timeout just to get ahead of whatever OG are bringing to the table, but it won't be pretty for them. Sure, you talk about that possibility of an AWP, but buying an AWP here kind of leaves a couple of your teammates out to dry.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we were entertaining it when there were 3 guns going to be saved forward, because then you would have had, you know, 3 rifles, AWP. Hell, man, that basically is a force buy, or really full buy, rather. So they show a bit of restraint here, right? They take advantage of the fact that they've actually got a good bit of money as far as, you know, the kind of back and forth nature of this start goes, and they just look to bring out the real investment in the next.
I really like this call, and not a lot of teams would have gone for it, but recognizing that you definitely lost out on these force buy wars, and even though, you know, it's not a streak here for Vitality, it's enough to make OG accept that, you know, this is over for now.
I also just think this is kind of a rare opportunity as far as it goes, right? Like, normally you're kind of goaded into force buying over and over again because it's the best option you have, but there are other options open to OG. And so they're just going to say in this round, you know, Nico, Dexter, do what you can, try cook us up some madness, but if it falls apart, that's all good. We bring the heat in the next. Spam is so close to finding the man in the smoke.
They call him Neo for a reason. Or maybe they don't. Decked eventually. Dexter tried to push mid, but it wasn't just a full B rush. It was Magisk holding. Nico's up and apps, presented with a 1v1, but could get backstabbed if dupreeh wants to. He's going to hunt this kill. Oh, Dane's clash, dupreeh on top. And a very slow default for Vitality. They knew what they were up against, and they deal with it extremely well, leaving nothing to chance, playing as patient as they have to guarantee OG don't win this one.
Yeah, one thing that's kind of interesting, though, right, is your Vitality, you're expecting the force buy wars to have continued, and the 1 kill on the pistol they got was NEOFRAG in the smoke at top banana, and other than that, they found the 2 rifles, right? So, not sure if they're going to have the best picture of where the finances are at for OG. Stars align for ZywOo there. Vitality, they get gifted that round, and now we have the reinvestment from the OG squad, and this will feature the AWP for Dexter. He's got to put his best foot forward here on the CT side of Inferno. This is where life is easiest for the big green.
Yeah, it's only uphill from here. So let's see if Dexter can get his hiking boots on. Starting 3 strong on B with Dexter included. Vitality, of course, back to a more standard pace on T-side Inferno, respecting the util. They allow banana to be taken, and Magisk gets flashed through after. Vitality smoking the top of car, trying to deny the line for the AWP, but you can see we've got a setup on the B site. NEOFRAG can activate off of Fiku's flash whenever he wants, more often than not after Dexter fires a shot. There it goes, he's blind though. NEOFRAG fights forward, gets away with a kill. You'll take that if you're OG, but Dexter in danger right now. Does ZywOo pre-fire him?
He is right on the angle. He's seems ready for this. Apex is trying, or hoping at least, that he's afforded a peek by that AWP in CT.
Nice nade.
Up on top of the sandbags, but not going to get given one. Dexter's repositioned with this AWP over at Coffins. Now he can get locked out by utility. That one shot was the best chance he had to be involved in the hold of this site. He goes through the Coffin smokes, and that levels the playing field here, but he's been wrapped through the ruins. Little adjustment. As ZywOo boxed into a corner, Nico can come around and search for this kill. That's why they're still very much enticed by the prospect of retaking this one. They know that ZywOo's on a bit of an island here, and that's where Spinks tries to make a play to help his teammate out. And they will deal with that one well. Good realization on Vitality, the kind of threat that was poised with having ZywOo isolated as a fight, and Spinks is quick to remedy it.
Yeah, just knowing how important not letting Dexter get any more done off that orb. The only way you can lose that round is if you feed and you fight him one by one, smoking him off. ZywOo stalling, and Spinks with important assistance there will take that round away for Vitality. 5-2, and OG back to pistols. Reality is coming crashing back down on OG here on the CT side of Vitality's map pick. And I feel like it was always meant to be Overpass to decide if we get there in this series. And that would be great considering the BO1 opener that OG gave us. Vitality got to be careful here though. A long stack and they get that opener. It's always Apex running into 5 USPs, I feel. But ZywOo tucks into a meal and takes 4 kills on mid. Not ready for 5, but ZywOo is the ace on the ante.
Collect him whenever you can. This is a much better face showing from ZywOo. Pales in comparison to that performance, or the performance on Mirage pales in comparison to what he's giving us here. 15 and 4 to open up. Little anti-eco ace just to kind of bring him into the fold even more, and that has to be the answer for Vitality.
Dex's orb is back, baby, and it's starting A as well. Going short side. Vitality take a lot more space. I love the pace change here. They smoke the molly. Look how quick they are. NEOFRAG is trapped right now. That flash will do nothing to save him. It's a good trade out for Vitality. They can cool off if they want here. Wait out some util. A 4-on-3 where OG are sweating, quaking in their boots right now. These pace changes have been really nice for Vitality. It's been hard to guess. They beat the Molotovs there. The flash was not ready. That was just a desperate one thrown on the fly by Flames. Dexter, it went behind just that little pixel of a corner and didn't blind him. He still gets traded though. Vitality keep this advantage. dupreeh walks through the long smoke. A ballsy move to set him up on a B wrap. Vitality give him the room, give him the time. Flames holds a very passive angle for a coffin climb up. So he'll never see dupreeh coming.
It goes both ways though. dupreeh's not going to get to fight Flames before his teammates have already crossed into the danger zone. And so Flames isolates that first fight. Now locked in a duel versus ZywOo, but if he can just keep him pressured, keep him pinned in here, dupreeh should have it. He will come and collect that frag. NiKo wants to give this one a bit of a look in, right? Flames puts up a kill in his hold of the B site, and so NiKo feels like he can make a difference here. They nearly line up for him. dupreeh rising to the occasion, given some room to work, some room to shine.
Barely, though. They don't really give a lot of patience over there. You know, Apex jumping in, climbing up coffins. They, if they want, they can give dupreeh 5-10 more seconds. He gets that kill without a doubt, and that round is never in question. dupreeh stands tall, though. He had a great map on Mirage as well, was top of the team.
I don't know. I think if anything there, like, at that point when you're 3v2, you're expecting a gamble. You think that if they're going to be fighting you, they're going to be fighting you at B. And the angle was just really nice for Flames, right? Kind of obscures it from the guys moving in. Auto shotgun for Dexter, but it won't get anything done. NiKo and NEOFRAG with a kill apiece brings this one back into a 3v3, and so suddenly OG are believing in this round all over again. Vitality just going to look to group over at Banana here, and so Flames is tasked once more with a very tricky B hold where he's in it all alone. Trying to reposition. Is he going to go back to the pillar again? It's the only option he's got. They've mollied over towards the new box, keeping the pressure on.
Harder with a deagle, though.
I think, you're probably thinking there's no way he runs this twice, and Magisk at least will have the foresight to check it. ZywOo spins on a dime to rid us of Fiku on the smoke push, and NiKo's left saving the AK. This one is quickly getting out of hand for OG. While it might have been competitive at the start, they even, staved off the force buy wars and waited for that buy to come in a little earlier than you were expecting. It's not done them any favors, and Vitality are picking up a lot of steam on this T side.
Oh, dupreeh with a potentially massive exit available. NiKo has a nice angle to deal with it, though. This is just a monstrous T side, no doubt about it. 8 rounds to the 2. OG have not felt in control of any of these situations, have always been on the back foot. And dupreeh Might not move a muscle here, but he was very close. Don't like that. That's very close. Don't like that at all. Good save from Spinks, and I mean, you know, we were talking during the break as well about how when he was added to this Vitality roster, felt like he was the hottest prospect in Israeli CS, and what a rise there's been of players from this country over the past just couple of years, but especially in the last 6 months, right? Not just Flames, of course, who's been on OG for some time now, but Nerds coming from Endpoint into the likes of Ents, replacing Spinks, essentially. Zershan having some mind-blowing games over on Mouse. And we were joking, but we looked it up, and even Vitality, the last 2 BO1s they've played, they've lost to teams with Israeli players in Mouse and in, you know, Ensa Pro League. That was a BO3. So there is a lot of talent right now, and Flames at the forefront of that, showed it off on Mirage as well.
There's this exchange of util over towards Banana. But OG have gone a bit more passive over here, and I like this change. I think NEOFRAG has had a bit of a rough go at it, even when he's had support, right? Said he could be someone that you can kind of gauge the, almost like a spirit level for how this CT side was going to go, how this map was going to go as a whole, someone who often struggles here. So you were hoping for him to really find his impact. But when you look at, you know, these 2 B-side players sitting down bottom of the board, that's been the way in for Vitality more often than not. Even testing the waters here to open up this one, but this is a more standard default from Vitality. They're looking to take top mid control away, take Banana. These are 2, you know, key positions to have. It just restricts the flow of information to OG so massively. So they lob out some util into top Banana. Don't hear that molly tag on anyone. Dexter's even moving around here on a bit of a feeling, but that leaves this A site under defended, and Vitality are moving in at the perfect moment in his steed. dupreeh spots one man down in the pit. ZywOo goes in to go clear this site, and this is a lot of info already. You know that at worst it's his double pit setup, so they are more than ready for this. Magisk melts it. I love left saving.
I love that X-Sec for Vitality. Often you see players, you know, throw mollies in pit, but the way that that position has evolved is players have one-ways ready to drop that will bloom favorably on any Molotov you throw. So instead of Vitality messing around and letting OG decide that smoke is not an OG smoke, that's a Vitality smoke, and it forces Nico to either hide and not do anything, allowing Vitality to clear more positions and deal with other crossfires, or Nico has to swing in an unfavorable angle and fight with no cover either. I mean, just gets an easy entry. Takes both, in fact. So I love how that position is even developing to this day. Okay, ZywOo. Reasonable, very reasonable on the way out. Shoots players through walls, through smokes, in the head. But that's a very clean AX-Sec from Vitality. And the pit smoke destroys any crossfires for OG. They've definitely had wrong gambles and wrong reads in the CT side. Dexter has been avoided a lot in this half, and I wouldn't even say that that's been a super active decision from Vitality. It's more just him making, you know, mid-round moves that are leaving him out of the action. He's going to start getting involved early this time, but look who's on the other side. ZywOo needs no orb. 20-5 on this go right now. You've seen his dually finger. Man clicks with a Tech 9-2. Apex, another entry on A. And OG are panic rotating, but I think NEOFRAG needs to save this AWP. Poor Dexter. Plays all these passive rounds, finally makes a play, and he gets one tap by ZywOo. A very reassuring map for Vitality at the moment.
Yeah, reassuring for ZywOo in particular. You know, I think probably a good set of eyes on him coming into this second map. Meant to be that man who can bridge the gap for Vitality. And he's nailing it. He's living up to his side of the deal here. Vitality are even trying to hunt down this AWP. They know that it was over at top banana, and they've got great intrigue in trying to remove it from the round. NEOFRAG will hold on to it for now, but that one shot rings the dinner bell. Vitality now know where the AWP sits, and they're looking for it, but smoked off. Taking it out, you know, doesn't mean that OG won't have one in the next round, but it does make the reinvestment a hell of a lot more costly. However, they write this one off. They don't go any further than that one attempt. They find flames, but not the big ticket item, not the AWP. Regardless of that, though, it's 10 on the board for Vitality. This T side, lights out. ZywOo at the helm of that. Reassuring performance. That third map of Overpass looms over this series now. Outside of these early 4-spy rounds, OG have yet to accomplish anything on this CT side.
It's true, 8 rounds in a row. And that's some power for Vitality. Great grenade. And a molly to segregate this push into 2. Let's smoke the molly. Vitality want to hit this right now. Want to take back top B, but the util will keep them honest. NEOFRAG even blinded. So much pressure being put on OG right now, but it's all a bit of a ruse. Vitality don't even have the bomb. They're working apartments. Apex has been a nuisance getting mid entries, and he's going back for it. Oh. So much utility damage in this round alone from either team. No one's even shot each other yet. But that's coming soon. Dexter finally in the right place at the right time. This has got to be his round, or Vitality will be destroying this T-half.
Oh, that's a lot of info for dupreeh.
Yeah.
He now knows the kind of plan of defense that OG are looking to run. He's ready for a fight as soon as he steps out. And he can calm that across to his teammates, so they're looking the right way as well. It's also an asymmetry of info, right? NiKo doesn't know he was spotted there. He doesn't know that this position is known about. A good flash to set up flames to try tip the scales. And Dexter holds the line with this AWP. NiKo's even dropped off down into the pit, so that info is now useless to Vitality. Magisk felled, and dupreeh left in the 1v4, gets mopped up. A far better look from OG, but it's very late in this first half. They're clutching at straws to try and find 5.
Yeah, a very nice setup that time, right? Just good crossfire on the site. Dexter hits the shot he has to. Flames calls for the one flash they have in A, and it nails his 1v1. So a far better round for OG when they play a passive setup, and there are no picks offered up in banana or middle. Vitality might just go back to B. It's just been working so well on this T side. Pre-smoke for a Molotov. You can see how that works. ZywOo puts it down, and NEOFRAG wastes his molly inside of it. And it also is wide enough that ZywOo could, in theory, be fighting in front. So OG don't want anything to do with it. They give up banana again. And clean take for Vitality at very little cost. Economical, even at 10-3. There's always a gap. There's always feet to find. And NEOFRAG looks for them.
Oh, trying to look away from the flashes. He's right up in their face. NEOFRAG melts them. And Spinks, destined for the same. Burnt alive in the top of banana. OG doing all they can to save a bit of face, to give themselves a bit of breathing room heading into this second half. It was never going to be much. The best they were aiming for was 5, but if they're able to do that, maybe that spurs them on. This is a much-needed confidence-boosting round for NEOFRAG, who has been getting bullied over at B. And you can see it was enough for Vitality for Zonic to even want to call a timeout here heading into round 15. He knows the difference that a couple of choice rounds at the end of a half can make.
Oh, he knows an 11-4, Harry, this guy. He's been there before a couple of times. But I don't think Vitality are in danger right now. Definitely seeing why it's their map pick for a reason here, even with the history of OG winning this one the last 2 times they took Vitality on Inferno. Seems like we are destined for 3 maps right now. unless OG have something spicy right at the end. Couple of rounds here in a row on the CT side, looking to make it thrice with a double orb. Guns everywhere, nades. Left for later. Dexter making a play as well. He's got that deep mid smoke, affording him apps control all the way to alt mid. Ooh, through the molly. That's ballsy for dupreeh. Wheels are off. Good spam for Spinks. Catches NiKo. He must have seen something. dupreeh's catching Flames, throwing nades, and there's no way he wins that fight. Flames swings back in. Last thing dupreeh's expecting.
Oh, this is a beautiful position for Dexter as well. He's just confirming that no one else is coming up middle. This is going to free up Flames for the rotate, but there's ZywOo throwing the hammer down and opening up the B site. Flames might be here a little early, but still a dead man through the smoke. Dexter left high and dry, far away in this round. And even just the sheer size of this rotate, man, the fact it's going to take so much time for him to get there makes a 1v3 so unlikely. He knows it. Kakavu's just sat back waiting for this one to draw to a close. Vitality teed up for a fantastic first half here. And I mean, that much was already cemented, but at least stripping this streak right at the end out from under OG poises them to take us to a third. full 30 rounds on Mirage. Vitality were left feeling robbed, having that comeback denied. But heading into Inferno, one man took it more personally than the rest. ZywOo delivering in stellar form right now, 23-8 at the end of that first half. He is the tip of the spear for this Vitality squad.
And the guy holding it. It's not even close, Harry. No one has 10 kills on his teams. I was at 23. It is... I want to call it a one-man army, but at the same time, like, everyone's doing their role. Everyone's filling their spot right now. dupreeh with some apps lurks, seeing Apex get a lot of mid picks as well. Just ZywOo is taking all the glory. Up Banana, 3-4 kills, entry rounds. He's done it all for Vitality. Obviously, on the CT side, this is where you need more of an even spread. Everyone else to keep standing tall. OG need to prove they can pull a comeback here, but it's not looking good. And Vitality will bring the metal in mid and apps as well.
Yeah, after such a competitive... Oh my god, okay. ZywOo and Magisk just light them up. They destroy OG. And any hope of winning this pistol now rests on the shoulders of Flames. But ZywOo is not in a giving mood. 26-8, he is propelling himself further and further up the board. Alongside him, Magisk in that pistol finally becomes the second Vitality player to reach double digits.
Yeah, I take it back. You don't need anyone else. He's enough. He'll do it on his own. He'll put them in his backpack. 3 kills. And you can watch all the ZywOo demos you want. You can't aim like him. You'll never be able to. This guy is just unbelievable. And Vitality poised and ready to even call a timeout after that round. It's a Vitality pause to take a breather and to make sure they stay full focus in shutting out this map quickly. Because while OG were riding high in great spirits after the first map, now they are stun locked and Vitality want to keep them there going into a decider on Overpass, a map they've already lost to OG at this very tournament.
ZywOo is 6 kills behind everyone else on his team combined if they were rolled into one player.
Let's see if he can catch up. He's almost there.
And I even wonder in timeouts like that, you know, like, what, or in any timeout in this game, like, what does Zonic even say? Like, yeah, keep it up, ZywOo. You're doing great, man.
Yeah, I really don't know.
This is very reassuring, though. Because if this was a series that he was quiet in, there would always be, you know, thoughts about that. There would always be questions around it. You would always be left wondering, well, what if he did just give that 10% more? You're getting 100% more right now.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one free type deal.
That's the ZywOo special. Back in pit, naded, double naded, and they destroy him. That was 3 HEs into ZywOo's face. That's one way to count him out, but is it enough? Can his team pick up pieces as they're put in boxes? Dexter will get a plant here. Fiku, if he crossed big pit, he had an M4, but instead, he's down to the Deagle at range, trying to tap from afar. Apex put low, Dexter in the same boat. Fiku's missing his shots, and now he's all that remains, not for long. ZywOo not needed in that round. They are dragging him over the line as Vitality pick up the 2v2 retake and stop OG's force buy from getting out of control.
And yeah, if that doesn't show you how like this has kind of changed the nature, right? Like Vitality have often fallen down to these OG force buys, but not here, not now. They want this to be a decisive victory.
Very reassuring, absolutely. Especially given not just the context of that first map, the previous map in the BO1s, but of course the track record on Inferno. All of these things broken now by Vitality, who are a team we have high expectations on given their recent form, given Paris in the future.
OG Force again.
Yeah, I like it. They make it expensive. They get a bomb plant. Flames hop, skip, and a jump up mid again. Somehow beats a molly, takes 1 damage.
NEOFRAG was hoping for a fight at top Banana, but not given anything. He's going to be left here to his own devices for now as the retake util spills out from Vitality to go for a bit of an info play on the Banana side. Magisk is going to go collect that now. And so this better poises Vitality to know what they're up against in this round, with him even getting down towards Banana. He feels like he's got ownership of this. OG waiting in top middle with the bulk of their forces. The bomb's still down at T-ramp. This fight was hopeful to come through for OG, but they don't like what they see. And so Magisk successfully repels this B lurk that NEOFRAG was trying to offer up. And now Vitality look to slip Apex back. He will decide against it. And dupreeh's actually moving over now as well. They're anticipating the B hit. Just seeing NEOFRAG there was enough to get them paranoid about the late B exec. And so now this A hold falls to the responsibility of just 2 men, but it's the ones you want. Spinks and ZywOo, crossfire between the pit. Spinks fires off first, but they don't know about the big man. Down in pit, ZywOo waits with bated breath. Up and over the top, they will flush him out and they deal with him. And that's going to trigger a save for Vitality. They were never in that round once these pit players fall.
Yeah, they had so little info. A gamble, rotate for dupreeh. We saw OG making the same kind of moves early in the half, and so Vitality make the same mistakes. And with no info, 20-second pit smoke dropped out of anticipation for Spinks, but still OG find those 2 gunfights very cleanly, no casualties, and everything they need to win that reforce buy round. A long way from success here, but the step in the right direction. Despite that lost round, Vitality minimize casualties as much as they can. And Dexter with a tech.
Yeah, so a long way to go on this comeback, but as you say, step in the right direction here, winning out this kind of continued force at the start. Forces Vitality to have to make some decisions here, right? They could look to invest again around these 3 saved guns, or you just kind of play the round out with them.
I felt like dupreeh, he's on 2,900.
He can drop a
A1S,
right? Yeah.
So we'd like to see that. And then you've got 4 rifles. Really, there is no reason not to buy at that point. Level everyone's cash at the same point. You have full nades. They already have kits. This is a good buy if dupreeh does it. So he will. And yeah, I think Vitality are very happy with what they've afforded here. I think it's been cool to see Kakafu behind OG, bringing a lot of energy as well. Done some great interviews here at this event. And yeah, it's been a nice change, talking about how, obviously with Rugger typically here, it's a busy schedule, especially for a team like OG. So getting a couple, getting a break for Rugger, giving Kakafu a time to shine. I think he's brought a lot of energy. We've seen OG screaming the roof down in so many of these games. So that's a nice match to see right now for this team. Brutal util in both mid and B. Flames and NEOFRAG 51 apiece. So Vitality's investment here already paying off, but they've got more to do. Instead of double pits, double long. Really leaning for this B control. Fake smoke thrown in. Flames is going to try and chase him down. ZywOo smoking himself off here. They go through. He baits him in, and Spinks gets his free kill, and they can't even trade because of that smoke. 4 rifles now made 5. And this force for Vitality coming alive.
Yeah, made whole again after that kill. Giving them everything they could want here. OG grind to a very awkward halt. As you say, no chance to trade that kill. Really does complicate matters, and this double A hold still floating around. Vitality still hoping that this comes back to B. ZywOo takes the next piece of contact. Now they learn about the double long setup, but it might never come to matter as Spinks and ZywOo manhandle the OG squad. It's just Dexter left standing in an impossible clutch. 20 seconds left. And rounding the corner, Magisk makes it so. Vitality, a clean response in a round that had some limitations you would have never have guessed. As 4 are left standing at the end of it. And they are now surging towards that promise of the overpass 3rd map.
Yeah, absolute massacre in this map, and especially in that round. Dry rifle fights all across A, and Vitality win basically every single one. So OG try and hang on. Their fingernails scraping at the floorboards, but Vitality teaching them a lesson. Whoa. Where did the legs go? Whose are they? Someone's collected these for sure, right? Can they even move? Can they follow? Or are they trapped eternally? Oh no! Spinning chickens!
It's a beautiful sight.
Yeah.
Nature is healing. OG might be left doing the chicken dance at the end of this one.
Yeah. Will it be instead just a foul? I try and kick the ball in the goal hole here up mid. Quick up alongside ZywOo, flashing Spinks for more. They're all so blind. NiKo gets away with one, just spraying and praying. ZywOo trades alone in the bottom side.
He's got a lot to do.
ZywOo on his own. This has never happened before. He's never put on a show with no support. 2 kills deep. Fiku will find him from the top, and Dexter helps out. These taps connect as OG somehow collapse.
Look where the bomb is, though.
Oh.
Makes it a bit awkward now. They're going to get funneled into Magisk. And when he sees that bomb there, when he sees this 1v1 open, he knows he can get tricky with it. On the other side, he's up against Fiku, who, you know, we always say, great in these clutch moments, but he's been having a rough go at it in this map. 5 and 15, so he's not brimming with confidence right now. And this reposition for Magisk to go around the world and back again is not one that he's ready for. Now arriving over towards short. Thing is, Fiku knows there is a timing through Arch where he could just as easily be here. Yeah. So Magisk, this is a flank that should be considered. Fiku just tucks in, prepared to go blow for blow with him at the back of the bomb site. Magisk going up and over the hay cart, looking for a way in, and he's seeing something maybe. No. Going to clear this. He'll nail it. Fiku dead. Can't live up to the hype in that clutch. In a pivotal round, Vitality rely and lean on Magisk to deliver. Wins that 1v2, puts a stop to Dexter's antics, and carries Vitality on to map point.
If Fiku doesn't move a muscle there, I fear that he never gets cleared, right? Magisk also didn't have a kit. It was dropped in front of Library, so he would have been actually out of position to even get that back. So very nice clutch for Magisk. Very close clutch as well. 15-5. Vitality never once let OG in this game. All they had was a glimmer at the start of the map, and at the end of the first half, that may be all it is. So Vitality stare them down. Fast B play, Magisk just dodges death there if they faced in front of that Molotov. He had nades out. And he's got more where that came from. Smoke comes down to stop this rush. They're going through anyway, nothing to lose and everything to gain. Magisk blind takes out Fiku, and OG have the sight, but at what cost?
Boosting Apex up is nice, gives him a look in. Wounded players here. ZywOo's nade finds one of them. And OG are hurting, they are reeling from this. Spam damage coming down the pipeline from ZywOo, won't find a thing. Vitality poised in the 4-on-3 to try close this now and take us to a third. Lights out game from this Frenchman as ZywOo's looking to land the coup de grace. In with the double, dealt with by Flames, but it's the end of the line and a statement win from Vitality on their map pick.
Very reassuring to see, and now Vitality look to complete this streak and manage to do what they did last time in Rio, eliminating OG back in the groups of the Challenger stage. That's where we find Vitality, playoffs bound right now.